Should have started.
Yo,
Should have started.
Hey, did you get that? Did you get
Yeah,
hey,
should have
yep,
started.
hey, I'm leaving that in the video, bro. I'm leaving that in. Well, I know or I need to send you. Hey, where's my camera? Hey, Pete, yep. Hey, Pete. As soon as we said that, he said, put me on game. Welcome into your favorite show, your favorite podcast, the podcast that is called Gumball Sports Machine. I'm your host, Jamal Gumo, aka Gumball. This is the show in which we love, we laugh, we hug, we cry, we smile, and most importantly, we are positive. And as always, I am not on my own. I got my dog, the Unk, our OG, and the man we call the Generalizer, Triple OG. Tone is in the building. And Tone, you look like you got vomited on by Tom Brady.
I don't like the way you said that.
No,
But
no,
I ain't wearing his jersey. You know,
you
I'm
look
looking
like,
like goat right now.
you look like what the Patriot logo leaves after he eats a bowl of Chipotle.
Whoa, nasty. Man, I'm just dressed for success, my man.
Yeah. Well, you know, me too. My team, I know. Hey, we're gonna beat you guys tomorrow, man. We're gonna beat you guys tomorrow. I'm excited. I'm excited. We're gonna beat you.
What's crazy is, you know, I'm gonna drop a little story for everyone. You know, before we get into our show. So my dog invited me to this game yesterday,
Indeed.
and for some odd reason, I decided to go against my city to show him support. And an AI version of me wore a Sun sweatshirt.
A what?
Huh?
What is
And
it?
so the craziest thing is, I was like, maybe this will help them succeed because I'm from this town. I'm from the city of champions. Show them a little love. And what they do? Not get a dub. Been bragging about Dylan Brooks past 2-3 weeks. And what do you do out there?
Well, I'd argue that we lost because you wore a Suns hoodie.
All right. See, last time I support them.
You know what I mean? Well, you know what? The last time you did, we lost. You know what I'm saying? And if it's something broke, you fix it. You know what I mean?
This is true. Kevin Johnson was my favorite player back in the day, and Mike gave him work.
He did. KJ was great.
I was sad.
You know,
but appreciate the invite. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate the invite, my dog.
Oh.
We had fun.
Oh, of course. We had a ball. We will Super Bowl this weekend, man. We're gonna watch it. We're gonna find somewhere to watch it. And you know, maybe make a video with it, and you know, that doesn't include Mr. Sean Combs. But
I invite you to wear red, white, and blue. So if we win, you could feel like you're a part of a winning team.
I'm Kenyan. I don't wear that's the wrong flag. Yeah. Close. Now if it was green, red, and black, maybe it would work. So
I'm sure we got somebody Kenyan on the team.
Maybe close. You got a lot that look Kenyan. You know what I mean? You know, if you throw them in Kenya, they'd be able to go around, survive, and communicate. And well, at least I could tend to communicate. I don't know if they are Kenyan though. You know what I mean? You're close though. You know, you know what? My teams, they all suck. So that's kind of life of Arizona sports fan. But speaking of Arizona sports, I did want to mention just really quickly, my favorite player, my favorite athlete of all time, did make the Hall of Fame Larry Fitzgerald was inducted to the Hall of Fame on the first ballot. You damn right, Fitz. Thank you, Tom. That was a great emphasis because he absolutely deserves it. Once again, he is my favorite athlete of all time, and he is a top 3 wide receiver, in my opinion, that's ever played the game of football. I just wanted to spend a minute or two on it because Larry Fitzgerald means a lot to me, man. He's the first athlete I really grew up kind of watching, and he was out, and I said it today at work on the show. Um, he he's the man again outside of my father because if you ask me, and you ask the people that know me, they say who's the role model, who's the man that you want to be like, who's the man that set that example for you of how to be a man. My first answer is and always will be my father. He set that example for me since the day I was born, and he has continued to set that same example today as I'm 23, almost 24. There will always be my dad first. But second, outside of my house, was Larry Fitzgerald. And we talk about how great Larry Fitzgerald was on the football field. Second all time in receiving yards, top 10 in receiving touchdowns all time. The greatest Arizona Cardinal player of all time, number 3 overall pick in the 2003 draft. He's got all these football accolades. None of those accolades compared to the man, the human being that Larry Fitzgerald is, and the way he carries himself, the way he respects people on and off the field, no matter who you are, from the janitor, the concessions worker, to the owner of the Arizona Cardinals, or the general manager, your teammate, your quarterback, whatever it is. He always treated you and continues to treat people with the same amount of respect. And he is a first ballot Hall of Fame NFL player, as well as he is a first ballot NFL our first ballot Hall of Fame man. And that's just what I respect about him so much, man. I told the story today. I remember watching that Super Bowl and with the Cardinals and the Pittsburgh Steelers. And I was 5 years old. I was watching it with my dad. It was late. I was up past my bedtime, man. It was supposed to be I was supposed to be in bed, getting ready for school. My dad kept me up because how much I cared about the game. And I remember when Fitz caught that ball across the middle and took it 45 yards for a touchdown to take the lead against the Pittsburgh Steelers. And I was jumping up and down. And my dad was telling me to be quiet because, your sisters are sleeping, the rest of the house is sleeping. And I also remember crying in his arms when Santonio Holmes made that play in the end zone and caught the touchdown, and the Cardinals did end up losing that football game. But a part of that was Larry Fitzgerald. A lot of people talk about that catch across the middle. Larry Fitzgerald, my greatest memory of Larry Fitzgerald was the Hail Larry, the play in the divisional round of the playoffs in 2015, in which he caught the ball in overtime against the Packers and took it however many yards almost to the end zone, and then finished off the game in the end zone in overtime to move the Cardinals on to the NFC Championship game. Larry Fitzgerald, man, is my favorite athlete of all time. He is amazing. I've met him once when I was super young, and then once when I was a little older now. But he may see this, he may not, but I hope I get the chance one day to just thank him for being the man that he is and being, one of the guys I've always looked up to, one of the men I've always looked up to, and the man I kind of want to aspire to be in terms of just the success and the respect and the legacy he has created for himself and his family. So Larry Fitzgerald has became a NFL Hall of Famer on his first ballot. So I definitely wanted to shout out Fitz there for a second or two. Once again, he's my favorite athlete of all time. And I say that, and obviously how much sports I've watched in my life. I've watched a lot of sports, and I've watched a lot of different athletes. There's nobody like Larry Fitzgerald in my eyes because, again, the way he carries himself, the way, both on and off the field, the way he respects people, and the way people respect him. So, obviously, well-deserved first ballot Hall of Famer, and that was made official last night at the NFL Honors.
That's dope. That's dope. If he doesn't appreciate his jacket, I mean, if he sees this, he'll cry.
Yeah. It's go right there. It's gonna go right there. Those two hats
Honestly.
can get the hell out of the way. That's where that gold jacket is going to go. Right there. Either that or I'm going to wear it and never take it off ever. So it's one or the other. But yeah, no, Larry Fitzgerald to me, obviously you guys know how much love I have for Devin Booker. So Devin Booker is on my list of favorite athletes of all time. But Larry Fitzgerald is on that throne right now for me. And I can't imagine that anybody dethrones him again for me. Even Devin Booker. But Larry Fitzgerald is a Hall of Famer, and it almost brought a tear to my eye, man. It was super cool. I got goosebumps because that was the guy I grew up watching. But all right, let me shut up. All right, let's talk.
Real quick. I just want to give my little story. I
Yeah.
remember that there was a very brief moment where there was some speculation about him leaving the Cardinals and joining who else but the guys. And the way I was doing the Birdman hand rub because he's he's that dude, man. He's that dude. It didn't happen, and it's actually dope, for him to stick with his guys. But yeah, we ended up getting Randy, but Fitz, man, whoo, like you said, on and off the field. But I don't know if there's too many guys who had hands like Fitz.
It was yeah. That you know what, that was a little nasty. It's okay, and I accept your apology. You haven't said it yet, but I accept it. No, you said pause. You didn't apologize for the nastiness that you just spewed.
My bad.
Yeah. No, but yeah, no, he did. He had some of the best football hands of all time. And Tom Brady has even not recently, a few years back, he said, yeah, I went and like really, really, really tried to recruit Larry Fitzgerald. He said, you guys aren't winning over there. You guys haven't been able to contend. Come on over here. I'll come get you a bowl. And he said, I'm good, man. I like it over here. This is home. This is where my family's at. This is where I've built a legacy, a name. I'm gonna stay here, and so that's what he did. And no, he didn't get the Super Bowl, but yeah, man, it's tough. It's tough to leave a situation like that. Again, you maybe not be winning the most, but I mean, Larry Fitzgerald has the keys to Arizona, and I think it starts with him, and then it trickles down to Diana Taurasi, and Steve Nash, and Devin Booker. And people like that who have had that much of an impact on the Valley to where, again, they will never, ever, if they decide to go for a drink or go out to eat, they will never, ever have to pay for anything again because of the impact that they've had on the Valley.
I don't know. I've been to a couple bars they might have to pay at, man.
See, there you go.
Been to a Milwaukee bar. I've seen a New England bar out here. There's a Chicago bar. They might have to pay there. But I get your point.
Oh yeah, no. Oh, do you? Oh, do you? No, I couldn't tell. You could have fooled me, brother. No, of course we had to share some love for Larry Fitzgerald and him getting into the Hall of Fame. He was also inducted with Drew Brees, Luke Kuechly, the great Roger Craig, and your boy Adam Vinatieri. Tone won you a few Super Bowls.
Boy, that Mr. Perfect, Kick, Mr. Perf Kick is what I like to call him.
Mr. Perf Kick.
Close out a game for you.
That was your Mariano Rivera. That was a closer, man. You needed a game winning. You need a game winning kick. There's very few people who did it like Adam Vinatieri. I got to meet him 2022 at the Super Bowl at Radio Row. I got to talk to him for a few minutes, so that was really cool. So yeah, really nice dude. Okay, now that has now we've talked about that. We also have a very special guest. I have not told anybody about this. We have a very, very special guest. He and it's oh man, it's been a while, but because of the Super Bowl and because of the Super Bowl week, he is a very valued member of this team. It's just been a while. He's taken a little hiatus. He is the man that we like to call the brains of the group. He is Kev.
Oh yeah, he's back.
What's good, y'all?
Man. That doesn't look like you.
Looks just like the Kev I remember.
Yeah, his eyes are open a little too wide.
I wasn't
So
gonna say it.
we are off to an amazing
My bad,
start.
my bad. I shouldn't. My fault, bro. That's
Mr. Knowledge is power.
yeah.
You guys can hear me, right?
Yes.
Sadly.
Well, we can't see you, Kev. You know, as you know, as wonderful as it is to look at Drake May.
Yeah,
That's not
the number 2 runner up. It's gracious.
for MVP. Oh yeah, we're gonna get into that in a few minutes. Also, don't you get it twisted? As oh, there he is.
I see you shining, dog.
Oh man. Oh man.
Pop your collar, player. Pop your collar.
You look.
Hey.
You look like Gronk went to go see Roxy and what he pissed out the next day.
Wow. Oh. Embrace the hate, Kev. So every team they've been rooting on, down in the dirt.
That is right, huh?
Every team.
I'm rooting for the Seahawks. They're not down in the dirt.
You weren't rooting for the Seahawks. You did. Did you pick the Seahawks
To what?
to win?
Yeah. No, we're going to talk about that later.
No. I'm talking about the conference check. Did you pick the Seahawks?
Going for your own division rival is insane.
Okay. Well, you know, it's funny. I said it today at work too. I as much as I would love for the Seahawks to lose, two of my closest friends are both Patriots fans, and I don't know if I want to go through that for the next year. So for my mental health and my sanity, I would like the Seahawks to win so that I can see your guys' misery.
I got a T-shirt for you. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, what T-shirt? Yeah, you don't got it. Hey, you don't got XL. I need XL around here. You know what I'm saying? I need an XL. You see these guns?
I think it's a double.
Oh, there you go. There you go. There you go. See, you ain't no good. You ain't no good. It's okay. You know, I got my
Show the logo, Kev. Show the logo. Show the logo.
This logo?
Yeah.
This one?
Don't you have some coaching to go do or something, Kevin?
You know what? Speaking of that, I'll be right back.
Ooh.
Oh no. Oh, he's not gonna go.
That's a class. That's a class. We missed you, Kev. It's a class act.
Who did? Who did? Speak for yourself, bro.
Class act, man. Nobody else got dark humor like Kev, man. Somebody I can hang with.
I got one of the best dark humors of the group.
Jesus, why is that? Why is that a flex?
I'm back.
What?
Oh, speaking of this too, huh?
I knew it. I knew
it. Forever. What's that? Official BTA work?
That's the competitive league.
Woo-hoo. That's work right there.
Hey, Drake may about get his on Sundays just like this, huh?
That what you get for being? Is that what you get for being Diddy's best soldier?
Mean. Yo, I will say this though. I put in way too much work not to get one of those, man.
Oh, that was just the regular junior sons. This is the competitive league. This is like a different type of league.
All right, tell them send my ring,
man. I think. Oh, you know what? I'll take it from here. Anyway. All right. Well, okay, we'll get to the bowl here in a little bit. Really quickly, the NBA trade deadline, and we talked about it a little bit on Tuesday, but the NBA trade deadline has come and it has gone. And there are a lot of trades that happen on trade deadline day that we have not got to talk about just yet. So that is what we're going to do now. There were a lot of trades that took place on NBA trade deadline from the last time we were on Tuesday until Thursday at the very end of the deadline. Tone, when you look at all the trades that happened, all the trades that took place, what was the most wild trade of the NBA trade deadline that you saw?
The wild one, the wildest. I mean,
the one that your eyes got wide. Like, what? I guess that's not wide, but like one of those. You know what I mean?
Because my eyes can't get wide, huh?
Okay. Well, I guess
Woo,
well,
here we go down the
sometimes,
turning road. He's
sometimes
back.
you think sometimes you think before you speak, and sometimes speaking is harder than a lot of people like to say it is. So,
Honestly, I go with Kev's team, man. I think James Harden is the biggest name that got moved. Although Anthony Davis is a pretty big name, he's in and out of the lineups like consistently. He's inconsistently playing.
He is the if player.
Yeah, and so it's hard to tell how valuable that one will be. James Harden is actually he's averaging good numbers. What, 26 and 8 right now? Something like that.
And he's durable.
Yeah, he's been reliable. And if you keep up with his past successes, he makes big men better. You know who has two solid big men? The Cleveland Cavaliers. Jared Allen, Evan Mobley. Evan Mobley hasn't been as productive offensively this year. James Harden might have the keys to that, man. He might unlock that door and turn them up. And I think that I'm sure Kevin will attest to this. They're not playing as well as we expected. And so this is the perfect opportunity for them to turn. Bust that Huey in the middle of the street and head up, victory lane. Of course, I'm, big time Beantown guy, so I'm hoping not. But we like to see a little competitiveness, you know. I think James Harden's going to bring that to the East Coast. There's really not a leading horse in this race in the East. We got Detroit as number one, but I still think a lot of people would say New York is likely the team to beat. Of course, Beantown's in the race. We third in the East, but I think Cleveland may have made the most wildest trade to actually put them in the top.
Kev, you look at the team that your trade made, the trade that your team made, the Cleveland Cavaliers, and trading for James Harden and giving up Darius Garland for James Harden. You look at a team like the Jazz that traded for Jaren Jackson Jr. and gave up some valuable future assets in order to get Jaren Jackson. Or you look at a team like the Indiana Pacers who gave up also some first-round picks to get Ivica Zubac. Well, when you look at what it aspired at the trade deadline, what caught your eye the most in terms of any of the moves that happened at the deadline?
This one trade not getting talked enough, and I think it's what the Wolves made. Getting the Sumu in that trade. All three of us knew they needed a point guard. Ant has been playing lots of point, but we all know he's a 2 guard. Dante is a spot up shooter. He can play the guard. He just can't facilitate. Now you have Mike Conley. I think now he's at the time of his career where he's like a leader, locker room presence type of guy. I don't think he's gonna give you any valuable point guard minutes anymore. So when you get someone like Ayu, I don't think it's a needle a big needle mover. I just think it's a good start. I think their main focus is this upcoming offseason. But this trade, it gives them another viable option, especially at that guard position, where it takes some pressure off of Anthony Edwards.
Fellas, I have good news. We have a full house tonight. Because incoming is someone that's also a very key member of the show. And usually it's me the one that's late. And today we're gonna okay, he is David. He is David Largo. He is D-Lo. What? He is the co-host D-Lo, aka Flip Say Less. Mr. Say Less. You see Kevin here, your best friend. It's been a while. I'm not Linkin Park, but I think that's who sings that song. Let's move on.
That's not who that sings. Is not who sings that at all. No.
All right. Well, all right. What else we got here? Anyway,
he just woke up on the wrong side of the bed.
The Celtics took the lead. He tried to play like he was doing homework but he was watching the Heat game, and as soon as the Celtics took the league, he made himself available.
No, it's because I was cooking dinner, but
Oh, okay. My bad.
Oh,
not turning on any Heat games.
where's our plate? You
What
you
you
bring our
make?
plate?
Fried chicken?
I made some chicken quesadillas.
Oh, now okay. Here's a more important question. Did you season them?
Yeah, a little bit of salt, pepper, garlic powder, onion powder, some paprika.
Also,
Ooh.
okay. You know what? I lied. Here's a more important question. How
Yep.
do you season? Are you one of the people that use your hands and you?
Oh no, I'm going straight from the bottle, and
Okay,
I'll
all
put
right,
enough until I feel
okay,
like it's enough.
okay. I just had to double check that, D'Lo. You know what? And you passed the test, brother.
Thank you.
Um,
I am allowed to cook out. I am bringing
yeah,
dishes.
absolutely. Yeah.
Mm.
Have you seen Oppenheimer?
Muscles, Lord. Flex the muscles.
All right, D'Lo. I'm gonna put you on a spot. Okay, I'm taking a spotlight and I'm gonna put it right on your glasses. NBA trade deadline. What was the trade that caught your attention the most? The one that you said, "Oh my, that happened," and I am feeling a way about it. What was that trade?
um, that's a great question. Way to put me on the spot here.
Okay, good talk. Have you
I
seen
think
Oppenheimer?
I think I think I'm gonna have to go with that Zubats trade. Um, Now, this is like one of the best like high risk, high reward trades of the deadline for me because if you're the Pacers in particular, um, you're getting Zubats, and if your pick falls within the top four, considering how bad you are this season, you still get to keep that pick. And then if it's anywhere from 10 to 30, you also still get to keep that pick. Um, that 5 to 9 slot that the Clippers have is very enticing. So if they still get to retain that pick and they send out a 2031 instead, I think the Pacers might be onto something. I don't like that the Clippers dealt almost everybody. Considering the Thunder still have their pick, and I think that they're going to be worse now, which means the Thunder will still inevitably get a better pick. But if I'm Indiana, I would be elated right now.
The one that caught my attention the most was really the snowball, the original snowball that caused the avalanche to happen in terms of the NBA trades. Jaren Jackson Jr. to the Utah Jazz. Because a lot of us, and boys, we've been talking about it for as long as it's been a thing. John Morant want to trade, or the Grizzlies are listening to offers on John Morant. So this whole time we're thinking John Morant's going to get traded from the Grizzlies. They're going to build around Jaren Jackson. They're going to Coward. What's his name? Cedric Coward. That they're moving on in a new direction. Except they said plot twist. The new direction is we're trading Jaren Jackson Jr. And I think the Jazz gave up a lot for him, and we talked about it on Tuesday. In giving up the 3 first rounders, and again, I think the 3 first rounders, but I like Walter Clayton as well. I really like Walter Clayton, but this is really odd timing to make a move like this for Jaren Jackson. If you're the Utah Jazz, you're not having a very good season. You're 20 games below 500. You're in like the 14th seed in the West. You're not competing for a championship anytime soon. So this does make their team better, 100%. You add Jaren Jackson Jr. to a lineup with Keontae George and Lauri Markkanen, and it does make their team better, but it doesn't make them a championship contender, let alone a play-in contender. So to me, it's just really odd timing. And the other thing is what is their plan? You know, if they continue to lose, they're going to get a good draft pick, but you're not going to lose as many games with Jaren Jackson Jr. because that's a very good basketball player, and he's going to help you win more basketball games, which means your draft pick isn't going to be as good as it would be without him. So it was really odd timing for the Utah Jazz to trade for a star like this and give up as much as they did for Jaren Jackson Jr. That's really the one that caught my eye the most, just because I'm not sure the direction that the Jazz are trying to go. And we talked about it the other day, and D'Lo mentioned it. There are multiple roads that the Jazz could go down, except they don't know what road they're going down. I feel like they're trying to go down 2 roads at the same time. And if you've ever driven a vehicle, you can't go down two roads at the same time. And if you do, well, I hope you dressed up nice because you're gonna meet God. You know what I mean? So I'm not sure what the Jazz are doing. I'm not sure what direction they're going in, but that's the one that really caught my attention the most. So the trade deadline came and went for the NBA, and so now it's buyout market time, and it's time for teams to really lock in their rosters and see if they can make a move, whether it's to the play-in, to the playoffs, or if they're championship contenders. Okay, let's get into a more interesting conversation, and I'm interested to see, especially the Patriots fans, take on this. Matthew Stafford was named the NFL MVP last night at the NFL Honors. He, I believe, it wasn't too many more votes than Drake May. It was 5 more votes than Drake May. And so it was a close race. Both of them deserved and earned to win the MVP. It was just a matter of who got more votes.
What was the one extra vote? It was like 23, 22, whatever it was. What was that one for? It was like the 366, 361, but then there was like the 20 something votes.
Maybe the 367.
No, I'm being serious. Like, is it like for the executives, or like what was that smaller number for the votes?
Well, I mean, it might have been the executives. It might have been players. Honestly, I'm not sure exactly how the NFL voting takes place in terms of who votes and who all votes and who all gets a vote and things like that. But nonetheless, Matthew Stafford did win the MVP over the New England Patriots, Drake May, who is quarterbacking for the Patriots in the Super Bowl on Sunday. So, Kevin, this is your boy. This is the guy you have been praising since he came into the league. This is year 2 for him, and he was runner-up in MVP this year. Did he deserve to win the MVP over Matthew Stafford, or was the right choice made in making Matthew Stafford the MVP?
Pretty much all you guys know how I feel about Drake May this season. I personally still think it should have been made because you take away Matt's overall passing touchdowns, May almost beats him in every single category. We're looking at every single category besides passing yards and passing touchdowns. Like you even throw in the combined yards, May has him beat with the rushing yards. With less to even work with too. Because going into the season, Ma, you made it known Stephon Diggs is not the same Stephon Diggs that we know for the 5 years ago. Came off of a season-ending injury. And so if that's wide receiver 1 compared to even the Rams wide receiver 2 and Devontae Adams, a lot of people will still take Adams over Diggs. Not to mention you have McVay, who's an offensive-minded guru. That's going to help, Stafford get those ideal plays, those ideal looks that he's looking for, compared to Mike Vrabel, who's a defensive coach. Because I mean, when MVP stands for most valuable player. When you look at who's more valuable to their team, is it really Stafford? I mean, he might have had maybe the better stats, but who's more valuable? In when you look at it, I think it's Drake May.
Mm-hmm.
Why is my? There we go. Okay, now my computer's working.
One of those at the show. It's all right.
At least one, and
He's always
now
technical.
the show has officially began.
Yeah.
And I'm frozen. Okay, hold on.
Yeah, he's catching up. Here we go.
Catching up and almost there. Okay, anyways, let's go to a non-Patriots fan, and then we'll get back to the other Patriots fan that we have on the show here. D'Lo, when you look at Matthew Stafford and what he was able to do this year, and the numbers he was able to put up with the Los Angeles Rams this year and carry that team to a 11-win season, a 12-win season, or whatever it was. And then you look at Drake May and what he was able to do. Obviously, he's got his team to the Super Bowl, but that has nothing to do with the regular season. Was the right decision made in making Matthew Stafford the MVP over Drake May?
I don't think that there's a wrong choice here, and I'm going to start with that. I feel like either one of the guys could have won it. What I am going to say is I feel like the voting needs to be more consistent. I'm going to go in depth in here a little bit. In 2023, Lamar Jackson won the MVP. And they gave it to Lamar because his team was better and he was doing it with less. Because statistically, uh, as much as I hate him, Dak Prescott was the best quarterback that year, statistically. Passing yards, touchdown, the whole 9 yards. He was better. But they gave it to Lamar because his team had less and he did more. And then you look at last year, Lamar Jackson was statistically the best quarterback last year, but they gave it to Josh Allen because Josh Allen did less with more, or more with less. Okay. And then this year, they sort of flip flop. And now they gave the quarterback who was statistically the best this year, and they gave him the MVP, even though Drake May did more with less. And so in all of this coming around, I actually like the fact that the most valuable player isn't always the most statistically dominant player, because I do think that Drake May is more valuable to the Patriots right now than Matthew Stafford is valuable to the Rams. With that said, I feel like the voters just need to be consistent on what they are voting for MVP, because when you look at it from that perspective, Drake May should have won the MVP based on how they voted the last 2 years, and then didn't because they chose the statistically better quarterback. And so I think overall, I think they just need to be more consistent with who they should be choosing for MVP, instead of 1 year picking the numbers guy and the other year picking the more valuable guy.
I just want to add on. I'm very surprised he actually picked me. I thought he was gonna go all the
D'Lo,
way.
did you glaze enough, or did you want to continue to do more
Do
glazing?
you want my take, or you want me to lie to the people?
That's my bad. That's my bad. That's my fault.
Yeah.
That's
And
my
you know what?
That's
Kyler
That's
Murray
on
should have won
you.
MVP.
That's on you. That's on
Kyler
you.
Murray should have won MVP.
He was
Most
expecting a little more flips.
valuable player in Call of Duty. Here we go.
Yeah, he's even sucks in Call of Duty. How you gonna? Okay, I'm sorry. Don't get me started, David Largo. Okay, you talk about that Hornswoggle, that
Baby Yoda.
I'm sorry. You know, I wouldn't have brought it up if you weren't bashing my take here.
I'm sorry. Yeah, just
It was a solid take.
That was a great.
Anyways, oh, okay. Yeah, did you guys also want to wipe your mouth? I'm sorry. Tone, did your boy get hosed? Did Drake May did he deserve to win the MVP, or was Matthew Stafford the rightfully MVP and there's really no argument about it?
No, he definitely got he didn't get a fair bargain, man. All bias included. When it comes to statistics, he had more touchdowns and more passing yards. But several of the other statistics, Drake actually led as well. And as well as like Kev said, if you add in rushing yards, Drake may actually have more total yards. And so it wasn't like I totally agree with what Lowe said, but there were several statistics that Drake May had the advantage. And then if you look at the 6 teams that they both played. Drake May had the better. He went 6-0, whereas Matt went 4-2, and then Drake had the better percentages again. And so, like people, I'd assume that a lot of fans went to Drake playing the easier schedule. Well, if you just took those 6 games and utilized those to compare, Drake still won that versus. And so it was definitely difficult for me to understand, especially with the history of how this MVP trophy has been handed out. I personally think that they may have included some of the playoffs, which they're not supposed to, but they often do. I hope that Drake gets the opportunity to do this again. Perform all season and lead the Patriots the way he did. But not everyone gets that chance. Cam Newton was a heck of a quarterback, but he only got one. And he won that honestly. What later in his career versus the earlier times where he might have had a chance to as
He
well.
also had the easiest schedule that season too, by the way.
Yeah, and yeah, it's just to me it's a little odd, um, and I wish that there was a little more clarity, um, and you could ask questions to some of these guys who actually get to vote.
Listen, Tone, and Kevin, you guys probably aren't gonna like my answer, but the right guy won MVP. He just did. When you take everything into account and you look at everything as a whole, Matthew Stafford led the league in passing yards, passing touchdowns, touchdown percentage, first downs, passing yards per game, and he won 12 games. And when you look at who we had to go against, let's also realize Matthew Stafford plays in the NFC West. The NFC West being the best division in football, other than that other stupid team that exists, unfortunately. That's the best division in football. And so you're going up against the best teams in the NFC in your division. And Matthew Stafford has to play each of those teams twice, along with the other teams he has to play. And I'm not saying Drake May had a bad year, because Drake May was the second best quarterback in the NFL, in my opinion. But when you look at it, Matthew Stafford had almost 1,000 more passing yards, 15 more passing touchdowns. They had the same amount of interceptions. And that's only because Matthew Stafford decided to throw the ball to the Atlanta Falcons 3 times for however many reasons, or for whatever reason. And again, Matthew Stafford, and if you talk about valuable, Kevin, that Rams team is not where they're at without Matthew Stafford. Again, because of the competition, the level of competition that they're playing. If you put in I don't know who's the backup in New England, but I think he could go win you a game or two. Again, because that's a good football team, and because of the competition. If you're playing the Jets, all you need your quarterback to do is not turn the ball over. That's all you need him to do, and you go win the game. You can't do that against the Seattle Seahawks or the San Francisco 49ers. You just can't. And again, Drake May, I got to give Drake May all the credit in the world, because this was year 2 for him. He also did lead the league in a lot of and a couple of the different categories. He led the league in completion percentage. He led the league in yards per attempt. He led the league in passer rating and QBR. He was very good. He was very, very good on no, not any other year. If Matthew Stafford doesn't exist this year, he wins the MVP. Run away with it. But because of how good Matthew Stafford was, and we haven't seen a passing season like this in a few years, Matthew Stafford deserved to win the MVP. And whether Sean McVay helped him out with that, as he very well did.
Hang on, did you say passing seasons in the last couple of years?
Yeah, in terms of passing yards and passing touchdowns, he almost had a 50 and 5,000 season.
What happened to Joe Burrow from last year?
That wasn't 50. He had 5,000. But Joe Burrow also didn't make the playoffs.
Yeah, because Matt Stafford has a slightly better defense.
Hey, you get what you get. You don't throw a fit, and you go out and play football.
No,
But that doesn't work for Drake May when he has to just play in his division.
He does, but again, he didn't put up the same numbers that Stafford put up.
He doesn't have the receivers that Matt has.
Okay, that may be the case, but Stephon Diggs was also very good this year. Again, going into the season, I didn't think he was going to be as good as he was. And it's not like he was a top
good because of May elevated him to being a good receiver again this year. Did he not?
I will say this. I would like to see the yards after the yak for Stafford's receivers versus May's receivers.
It'd be a very good. It'd be a very good.
And even that last game too, Stafford had 3 or 4 touchdowns inside the 5-yard line, passing touchdowns. Talk about stat padding in the last game of the season. It's crazy.
and then playing crappy.
He had to.
He had 3 interceptions against the Falcons.
He did. And
Yeah, I don't like that argument, Kev, because they were fighting for a better playoff spot.
and it's
I
not
don't
like
think
it was
that-
just like
Yeah,
it's not like there was a blowout. The Cardinals had took the lead at one point in that game. He had to put up points.
So you have Kyron Williams. You don't think he's a good running back to even have the chance to run the ball?
Devontae was the equivalent to the tush push. Devontae Adams, if you got him on the 1 yard line, there's nobody stopping him. That's not a very good argument, Kevin. You know that. Stat pad. You think he was stat padding?
Well, you and I both saw the same game.
I did.
well, that's the other thing is
And
is Matt
regardless
Stafford
of
calling the
regardless
plays,
of
or-
winning the game,
No,
he
but
wasn't winning the division anyways. That was his division to already lose anyways.
But they were still playing for seeding. Like if they lose that game, they're the 7th seed and they have to play who was the 2 seed?
The Bears that they beat.
The Bears. Yeah, who they beat in the 2nd round.
Yeah, but in that case, are you wanting to play Chicago in the wild card, or would you rather play Carolina in the wild
That
card?
he almost lost to.
And he did.
But he
And
won.
He did, but he won. This is what we're talking about. We've been saying just play your game.
May's getting thrashed for beating top tier defenses, and Stafford's barely beating Carolina. That's that was an under 500 team, in the playoffs.
May's I wouldn't say May's getting thrashed. May is
Whoa.
doing.
Did you hear what he said?
He's definitely being criticized for beating subpar teams. But again, when I watched Matthew Stafford do against the Atlanta Hawks, let me know that even subpar teams can catch you on a bad day. And just Drake didn't happen to have so many bad days.
Well, he had one against the worst team in the league.
Week 1?
I couldn't. Week 1 and week 18.
You're gonna tell me that there's no difference? Is that it's the same thing, but week 1 versus what? Week 15, 16?
18.
There is a difference.
When Matt threw them 3 picks against the Falcons,
He did, but then he bounced back
Hey.
and threw for 350 and 4 tubs.
Against who?
And also, again, we're not going to act like Atlanta just has a god awful defense.
no. But this
They have good pieces over there. And they still had Raheem Morris, who is a defensive coach. I'm just saying.
All I
like,
know is
see-
one beat one, the other one lost to that team. So
it's like I see the argument and I understand the argument, but there are just certain factors that I just don't think work in the argument.
yeah.
You want to know? Okay, you know what? Hey, I'll tell you what. If Drake May goes into the Super Bowl on Sunday and puts up these numbers against the Seahawks, you got me. 457 and 3 touchdowns, you got it. Because that's what Matthew Stafford did the week after Atlanta. So Drake May goes into Seattle, plays Seattle in the Super Bowl in the biggest game of the year and puts up 457 and 3 touchdowns against that defense. You got me. Drake May was wrong.
Well,
He
but
should've won the MVP.
I just gave you the comparison of the 6 teams that they both played during the regular season when this trophy is actually given out for, and Drake May had better performances. No one. Why are we not bringing that up?
What teams was it?
Why does that matter? They could have been
It
the
absolutely
easiest. They could have been the easiest teams in the NFL. Yet Drake had better performance. Why does it matter which team they are?
It
Give me a
absolutely
reason.
matters what teams it is.
Why?
Because if they're in the division, the Rams play them at extra time.
But I'm just talking about the six times that they played.
New England didn't play NFC West opponents this year.
No, they didn't play anybody.
They played
Weird.
so they both played the Bucks, the Falcons, the Panthers, Ravens, Saints, and Titans.
Okay.
That's it. Is that what we're? I mean,
Well,
It's-
can I have the question of how much better were the stats outside of the win-loss column?
I
Do
believe
we have that
Nice.
information?
yards, touchdowns, and
I think it was sent in the group chat.
Well, Kevin, the podcast viewers can't see the group chat.
Well, I'm using my phone, so I can't check it.
I got you.
All right.
Say less.
I appreciate you, OG.
All right,
'Cause
let's see.
I think that matters is like what were the stats rather than
I do
the win loss.
remember.
Because at the end of the game, win loss is a team stat, not a quarterback
I do
stat.
remember Jeff Saturday this morning said that the QBR difference was a 20 point difference.
I don't know. I think, again, having to play the Seahawks, who are in the Super Bowl, the 49ers, who got to the divisional round of the playoffs,
And the Cardinals?
and I mean the Cardinals, who I won 3 games. So
So you want to bring up
got me.
so you bring the Jets. That's equivalent to the Cardinals, right?
Pretty
Well, the
much.
Jets and the Dolphins.
That's not like the Dolphins were bums this year. Let's be honest.
They benched their starting quarterback and put in Quinn Ewers. They
They
bad.
had what 7 wins? That's not horrible,
And fired their head coach.
but that doesn't take away the fact that they were right next to 500 wins.
The head coach. I'm exaggerating.
They fired their head coach for different reasons. The Bills fired their head coach because they've gotten to the playoffs every year, but they haven't been able to get over the hump. The Dolphins fired their head coach because they were awful. They were not good. And the Cardinals fired their head coach because they were also not good. Although I think
They were awful. Say the same thing you just said about the other team.
They were awful. They were horrible.
You didn't say that.
There's a reason why they're picking third. They were horrible. Hold on. Let me get before we get too carried away. I am kind of curious to see how Matthew Stafford played against. Oh wait, no, I have his stats up right here. Oh, Matthew Stafford. Oh, okay. So Matthew Stafford. I forget the teams that the common opponents, but
I sent it to you.
Tampa Bay. Against Tampa Bay, 273, 3 touchdowns, 0 picks. Drake May against Tampa Bay, 270, 2 touchdowns and a pick. Advantage Stafford. Against the Titans, 298, 2 touchdowns and a pick was Matthew Stafford. Against the Titans, 222, 2 touchdowns and no picks. I guess because the interception, I'll give it to May. Because he's
Also read the completions and attempts. That's also important as well as the quarterback.
There's no need to go through this. Drake May had I don't know why he can't just share this part.
Just show the whole total stats.
You know what I'm saying?
No, I'm talking about for the common opponents. That's what Lowe was.
That's
was
what it is. That's what it is.
I can't see that.
Just read it, Tones. Read it.
Actually, I might.
I mean,
Oh, there it is. Okay.
No, that's not common opponent.
That's not common opponents, so that's just
Check the IG. No, never mind. Let me just check it myself.
we got to realize, fellas, like, I mean, let's see. The teams, here's the teams that the Rams played this year. Seattle. No, hold on. That's going backwards. Houston
Twice.
in game 1. Houston in game 1 of the season. Tennessee, yeah. Philly, Indiana, Indianapolis, San Francisco, Baltimore, Jacksonville, the Saints, San Francisco, Seattle again, or Seattle, Tampa Bay, Carolina, the Cardinals, the Lions, the Seahawks again, the Falcons, the Cardinals, and in the regular season. So hold on, let me see. They played 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 out of their 18 games were against playoff teams. Now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And 12 out of their 17 games were against teams 500 or better. Like they're different. And here's the teams that the Patriots beat. Okay, the Raiders, who have the number 1 pick in the draft, the Dolphins, who again have quarterback situations and are horrible, the Steelers, who made the playoffs. You got it, but they lost to the Steelers. The Carolina Panthers, who made the playoffs. The Bills, who made the playoffs. The Saints, the Titans, the Browns, the Falcons, who did beat the Rams, and they did beat them. The Buccaneers, the Jets, the Bengals, without Joe Burrow, the Giants, the Bills again, but they lost to the Bills. The Ravens, the Jets, the Dolphins. We have to put strength of schedule into consideration. We just do, and I think
and the
for
supporting cast too.
Like, I mean, if you're gonna do this, and you gotta do that, and you gotta do this, and you gotta do that, right? You gotta add everything, right?
And for that reason is why Matthew Stafford won the MVP. Point blank, simple. I need to pop a pimple.
Each his own, bro.
I like them apples. You go bobbing for them apples?
That's cool, I guess.
I don't know. I'm excited.
What
You know why?
Sleep at night.
Yeah, I'm gonna sleep like a baby. You know why?
Because the Cardinals are
Larry
also in
Fitzgerald.
Cancun.
Because Larry Fitzgerald is in the Hall of Fame on the first ballot, and after that, my life is complete. I don't need to see anymore. I'm happy. I'm happy.
Yeah, that's
And Bill
cool and
Belichick.
all.
Bill
Bill
Belichick.
Belichick still wasn't a first ballot, so nothing
Yep.
that comes out of the Hall of Fame is valid anymore.
And because of
Man,
that,
I wasn't gonna say it, bro. Why you got to say that, bro?
it's okay. And because of that, because Larry Fitzgerald made it on the first ballot and Bill Belichick didn't make it, oh, life is good, baby. Life is good.
I don't know if that's a good thing.
Oh, it's a good
Yeah.
thing. You know,
It
it's not a
almost
good thing.
like takes the proof out of the pudding.
Tomato, Ray Romano. Anyways, you know what's gonna make life even better? Even better. And it's been a while, and I hope my camera stops lagging because that would be really nice if it would. Is it done lagging? It is done lagging. Okay, it's really nice. Okay, it's been a
No, it's still
while.
lagging.
Again, Lincoln Park. Yeah. How about you come fix it for me, Kevin?
Still not.
That just-
Still is not
just a
Lincoln
recommendation.
Park.
No, it's not Lincoln Park. Okay.
Still
The
not Lincoln
Beatles.
Park.
The Beatles' best song.
Still
it's
not the
called,
Beatles.
Been a while. No. Okay. All right.
So
well,
we just have
anyway,
no knowledge.
It's my hey. My camera keep lagging, and I'm annoyed. But it's time for a segment we haven't done in a very long while, and I'm so very much looking forward to it. That segment is called Gumball's Go.
Parmesan smile on my teeth, you see crap when I'm teasing. Peace on me, sponsored by Reese's. Lately been tasting that set, my defenses increasing. Back on that corner like Durrell Reeves.
Look at me, and I'm pretty, I'm beautiful, and my camera's lagging. Why is this lagging? Sorry. Okay, let's move on to that. Okay, now, where's my music? Where's my music? Where's my music, man? Hold on, stand by. Where's my music? There we go. There's my music. You can enjoy this music. Now, Gumball's Goats, a segment in which we talk about the top 5 of something, whatever it is. This week, it's the 5 players that could swing the Super Bowl. And I'm starting with number 5. Number 5, Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold is very crucial in this game and could absolutely swing this game one way or the other. The thing about Sam Darnold is he won't have to do very much to win this game. The Seahawks are outright better on paper than the New England Patriots. And as long as he doesn't turn the ball over, they'll win this game. And we'll talk about and we'll make our predictions later in this game. But Sam Darnold, as long as he's been doing what he's been able to do in the playoffs and in the regular season and leading up to this moment, Sam Darnold can go out and win this game for the Seahawks. But he could easily just as much lose this game. Because if he turns the ball over and he gives the ball now, as much as I think Stafford deserves to win MVP, Drake May was very, very good this year, and he has been very, very good. You give Drake May more opportunities than he deserves, than he should get, you will lose this football game, because that's how good Drake May is. So do not give up that ball. Do not give up that ball. Do not give up that ball, Sam Darnold, or else you will lose this game. On to number 4. Number 4. Number 4, I'm giving it a group of 5. Okay, I'm going 5 for 1 at number 4. I'm going the Patriots offensive line. The Patriots offensive line, sorry about that. The Patriots offensive line have to protect Drake May. They have to give Drake May time to throw the ball, because Drake May is going to have a world beater game in order to go beat the Seattle Seahawks team. If he does not do that, it won't work out very well. And I'm we're gonna get out later on the list, but Drake May has to play well in order for that to happen. The Patriots offensive line has to block well for him. And it's also, they have to open up the run game for him. They have to open up the run game, because if you open up the run game, that opens up the play action, and that allows Drake May to get out in space and make a play, as he's been able to do all season long. So number 4 is 5 for 1. Patriots offensive line. At number 3. Number 3 is Ernest Jones IV, the Mike linebacker for the Seattle Seahawks. He has been around the ball all season long. He's been sideline to sideline, one of the best linebackers, one of the fastest linebackers in the NFL, and I think he's going to continue to do that on Sunday in the Super Bowl. I think he could easily create a turnover from Drake May, or even strip a ball out from Ramondre Stevenson or Travion Henderson, or one of those guys running across the middle, Stephon Diggs, Matt Collins, Keyshawn Boutte, whoever it may be. Ernest Jones is somebody to look out for, because he can make a game-changing play like that. And I think he could possibly do that on Sunday. So he is my number 3. On to number 2. Number 2 is Christian Gonzalez. Christian Gonzalez is number 2 on this list because he's going up against one of the 4 best receivers in the NFL. One of the 4 best receivers, and his name is Jackson Smith-Njigba. Now, I don't think Mike Vrabel is going to make him travel with them, because there are a lot of good receivers on the Seahawks. But for the times that Christian Gonzalez is matched up on JSN, he's going to have to do a good job, because if JSN gets open, it's going to be a problem for the rest of the Patriots defense. And you don't want that. If you're the Patriots, you don't want the Patriots defense to have problems, especially with a guy like JSN. So Christian Gonzalez is going to have a very big task on his hands to be able to slow down JSN and the rest of that receiving crew for the Seahawks. But again, mainly JSN, and force the other receivers to make plays. Force Cooper Kupp to make plays. Force Rashid Shaheed to go make plays. So Gonzo is number 2. On to number 1. Drake May. And for the reason being is that he's going to have a big game. Like I mentioned earlier, he's going to have his best game of the season in order to go beat the Seattle Seahawks, because the Seattle Seahawks they're going to score. And they're going to score a lot of points. That Patriots defense is good, but the Seattle Seahawks offense is elite. So they have too many weapons in order to not go score as much as they have this year. So Drake May is going to have to keep up. He's going to have to keep up with the Seahawks, or else this game is going to get out of hand, and is going to get out of hand quickly. So Drake May is going to have the best game of his season, be able to score points, and again, keep up with the Seahawks. And in between that, he's going to have to score in the red zone. You get in the red zone, you got to score a touchdown. You have to score touchdowns. If you kick field goals against this Seattle team, you'll lose. That'll get you beat. Field goals will get you beat. So if you're not able to get in the end zone, it's a wrap. And try again next year. That will conclude Gumball's Goats. And we have arrived once again. How do you guys?
I just want to go first, and I'm surprised you didn't bring up Milton Williams.
Milton Williams, he could be a game wrecker, and I thought about putting him on this list. Gonzo is more of a focal point for me, because again, you look at what Jason has been able to do this year, and you look at the success that he's had. If Gonzo isn't able to slow down that success, it's going to be a very quick ending to the Super Bowl.
So when you brought up the whole Gonzo situation, you know what I instantly thought of? is that if Mike goes back to the old habit, well, the Belichick habit of having Gonzo say travel with like Rashid Shaheed, and then put Carlton Davis on Cooper Cup, and then put Marcus Jones and JSN with safety up at all times. I think it could be more looks of that rather than straight up man on man with Gonzo and JSN.
I think that'd probably be the smart move because actually I don't know that because Rashid Shaheed is also a problem. Now, is he going to
he's
give?
fast, but Gonzalez is also one of the fastest scorers in the league too.
He is, and I think Clint Kubiak is an elite offensive coordinator and is one of the biggest reasons why he's going to go get the job with the Las Vegas Raiders. And so one thing he's been able to do is get his guys open all season long, and I think he's going to be able to continue to do that with JSN and Rashid Shaheed and Cooper Cup. And so that's why I think Gonzo is going to be so crucial in this game because he's going to be matched up with one of those guys at all times. And he has to do his job, and he has to do his job at an elite level to slow down the Seahawks offense.
So you think it comes down to their receivers versus the Patriots corners? That's one of the biggest, if not the biggest, keys to winning the game.
One of the biggest. I think the biggest key to the Patriots winning is to play Drake May. Drake May has to play the best game of his career.
I personally think whoever wins the trenches.
I don't know if I like that matchup though. I don't know if because
Seattle's tackles, they're good, but their three interior, they're a little shaky at best.
But they've been good all year though. Like the conversation coming into the year was the worry and the concern about the Seahawks offensive line, and they've been really good all year. And I think Kenneth Walker is also going to have a big part in this game. I think the Seahawks have the advantage in the trenches, and so I think the Patriots are going to need to beat them in other areas. So, well, that's Gumball's Goats, and it's been a while since we've done it, but the Super Bowl edition. I hope you also like the little addition of the numbers. Worked hard on that. Anyways, we're talking about quarterbacks. Let's talk about the two quarterbacks in this game. We talked about them a little bit on Tuesday. Kevin, I want to ask you first because we didn't get your thoughts on this from Tuesday. But who needs to have the bigger game on Sunday in order for their team to win? Because you look at Sam Darnold, and again, we've been talking about what they have around them and what their team looks like. Obviously, the Seahawks have Sam Darnold, who's looked good all season and has looked good even in the playoffs. And then you look on the other side and you have Drake May, who's a runner-up for the MVP and has had an amazing season all year as well. Who needs to play better in order for their team to win?
I mean, you pretty much already explained it in the Gumball's Goats. I think it's May. I think a lot of the offense generates through him as opposed to with Darnold. If the running game isn't there, which, I mean, K9 is an excellent back, by the way, but if the running game isn't there, he's got bailouts from Cooper Kupp, who's a very good third down option for him. And JSN, who can you put him on any single route, he can get open. I think it's May because the offense not only does generate a lot through him, it's also if the O-line can't hold up, he has to be able to extend and improvise. We've seen it. Now, I do think throughout the whole playoffs, May has faced better pass rushers than what Seattle has. No discredit to Leonard Williams. No discredit to I forgot a lot of their D line, but they have one of the very good defensive linemen. DeMarcus Lawrence. That's what I forgot. But they're not Will Anderson. They're not Nick Bonito. But they're still a good front four. So I just think with May, I think it's more on him. With Darnold, just play a clean game. If he plays a clean game, it'll be hard for them to lose the game.
D'Lo, which quarterback has to play the better game in order for their team to win?
It's still Drake May. Only because their offense has just not looked good in the playoffs. I've said it multiple times on the pod since the playoffs have started, but they have very inconsistent results when it comes to there will be times where their offense looks like they could go out and score every drive, and then they have like these sort of stagnant points where they will go and put out 4 or 5 3-and-outs in a row. And they just can't do that against Seattle. Seattle just has too much offensively, and they like to put up points in a hurry. And so if you're Drake May, you have to outperform that because the defense can only get you so far against a talented offense. And so he's going to have to be better.
Tone, who needs to play better? When you look at the teams that's surrounding them, Drake May, Sam Darnold, who needs to have the better game in order for their team to win the game?
I'd agree. It's got to be Drake, and a lot of that is due to the performances from the playoffs that we've seen thus far. Our run game has been like Lo said, pretty stagnant, pretty inconsistent, and I mean he led us in rushing, I believe a game or maybe two this postseason. So he's gonna have to perform way better than he has the rest of the other than the other playoff games. But I will say that I think people are not giving our defense the proper credit. So Sam's gonna have to do his thing too.
Yeah, the answer is Drake May, because of how good Seattle is, not because of the lack of effectiveness that the Patriots have. It's because of how good and how great Seattle has been all season long. And I keep saying, I think Drake May needs to have the best game of his career on Sunday in order for him to go win this game. And I think he's capable of it. I think he absolutely is. I think it's going to be tough because, again, I think he's going to have to keep up in terms of scoring with the Seahawks. And I don't know if he's going to be able to do that because this Seahawks defense is also really, really good. Because you look at the pass rushers that they have. You look at D-Law, DeMarcus Lawrence. You look at Big Cat, Leonard Williams. They got some dogs on that other side of the football. And it's going to be tough for him to be consistent and score consistently. And like I said, he's got to score in the red zone because if he doesn't score in the red zone and he's kicking field goals, they will get beat. Because against the Seahawks, you have to score touchdowns when you have the opportunity to do so. So that, again, I think that's going to be a big topic of conversation. But okay, what are we? No, okay. Papa Dan No D-Lo is in the chat. Now he's making a claim that your statement about the NFL Hall of Fame not being valid, and he's he talked a lot about the coaches that weren't inducted, Bill Walsh, Bill Belichick, Joe Gibbs, Jimmy Johnson, Vince Lombardi. It's hard because you look at all the Hall of Fames, you look at the NBA Hall of Fames, there's some guys in there that probably should not be in there over some other guys. Same with the Baseball Hall of Fame and same with the Pro Football Hall of Fame. It's tough to judge. And again, everybody has their own opinion. Now, whether some people's opinions should be mattering this much and have this much power in terms of the voting is another discussion. But again, and we talked about it the other day. Bill Belichick is a first ballot Hall of Famer. I don't care. You could talk about Spygate, and you could talk about him treating reporters not very good. His coaching on the football field is first ballot Hall of Fame worthy, and the fact that he wasn't is a joke. As much as I like to riff you guys as Patriots, and Bill Belichick is a first ballot Hall of Famer. No questions asked. And the fact that he isn't.
With the one with the most wins, or is Don Shula still ahead of him?
Don Shula still has him. Don Shula still has the most wins. Bill Belichick is second. Bill Belichick is second on that list. So, it's the Hall of Fame has definitely had some it's question marks. I'll say.
Issues.
Huh?
Said credibility issues. They've lost a little bit of their credibility. I think that it stinks because your guy just was announced to be a first ballot Hall of Famer. I did not see the same level of chatter about that than I did last week about Bill Belichick not making it. And I feel like that's what they've done to the Hall of Fame. By making
Eh,
decisions like that, they've enabled us to celebrate the success of some.
Yeah, 100%. And I think to your point, it's just because it was so much of a shock. Like it was so much of a shock that Bill Belichick didn't get in. Like the guys we saw get in on the first ballot, Drew Brees, Luke Kuechly, Larry Fitzgerald, those weren't as much of surprises as it was Bill Belichick not getting in. And so because of that fact, it got so much attention. We were talking about it. Everybody was talking about it. And again, it was a joke. It was a joke. As much as I can't stand the Patriots, Bill Belichick should be a first ballot Hall of Famer. And the fact that he's not is beyond me.
It's like how Chuck said it on one of the shows. If you're not making the Hall of Fame, you will get Belichicked.
Oh, that good old Charles Barkley. It's true, though. It's true. All right, boys. It is about that time. What we are going to do is we are going to predict the Super Bowl. We're going to say who wins, the score, and the Super Bowl MVP. Who wants to go first? You know,
I think you should let those two go first because we know what they're gonna say.
actually, that's true.
I'll go
So,
first.
Tone, did you? Oh,
I got
okay, yeah, go ahead.
27-24, red, white, and blue. Drake, Mary, MVP.
Sorry. No, it's just almost vomited. Kev, who wins? What's the score? Who's Super Bowl MVP?
It's gonna be hard to pick the score because one, it can either be a pretty high scoring game with 30 both teams, or it could be one of those games where what if both teams don't reach 20. So I had the whole week to process and think about the prediction for the score. I'm gonna say 27-31. Red, white,
Ooh.
and blue.
Yeah, it's a nasty one. And who wins the Super Bowl MVP?
You know what? I'm gonna give it to Cardi B's boy.
You was just talking all this mess about Drake May should be the MVP and he got hosed, and then you go choose somebody else other than Drake
I
May to
mean,
win.
you
Super Bowl.
look at the last time New England won the Super Bowl. Who was the Super Bowl MVP in that game?
Ooh, Julian Edelman.
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right, Lo, you are so very excited to pick this game between your two favorite teams in the NFL. I know you're very
Oh,
excited to watch
smile.
the game.
Say cheese.
Let me see some teeth. Sure, Kev can whiten them up for you if they're not. Even if they're they're pretty white already. But
That's so insane.
I'm sorry
That
about
insane doesn't even begin to cover that statement. That's
All right, what else do we got here? You ever seen the Barbie movie, D'Lo?
no.
No.
No awkward.
I don't even want to predict this game, dude, because I hate both of these teams with a burning passion.
But you hate one team more than the other.
No, I don't think that I do.
Hey, that's the thumbnail.
These teams both suck. I hate both of them. I wish that there were two other teams representing the Super Bowl.
So basically, what Lo is saying
Literally
is
any
he
other two teams.
he wishes this game is going to be like the one scene from The Dark Knight Rises.
I hope this game ends in a 0-0 and nobody wins the Super Bowl, and we'll go to next year.
I second that, D'Lo. I second that.
Like I hate that I have to do this. It's actually blasphemy. But I'm taking Seattle. And I know everyone else is probably going to predict a close game. Here we go. That's not me, dog. That that is not me.
How you gonna talk about you hate these teams and then you take a picture like that?
No, that is not me.
You
It
know
looks
what?
just like
You know what?
No, that
Low
does not look
might just
just
be that
like
12th
me.
man for Seattle this Sunday.
That looks nothing like me. All right.
Well,
Nasty work.
Yeah, I don't think that this game will be close. I'm predicting at least a 2 touchdown game. I'm going to say 35-14 Seattle. With that said, I will also say JSN is my Super Bowl MVP.
I do have to say I'm a little surprised. I didn't think that you would. Wow, that's a big difference. That's a blowout, D'Lo.
Mhm.
Okay. I am going to pick the Seahawks of Seattle to win this football game. I don't think it'll be that bad, 35-14 bad. I do think it'll be a 2-possession game. I don't think Drake May will be able to keep up with the scoring of the Seattle Seahawks. And I think that Seahawks defense can get to Drake May a little bit. I think he might turn the ball over once, maybe twice. And I think this game ends 27-17 in favor of the Seattle Seahawks. And my boy, Jackson Smith and Jigba win Super Bowl MVP.
Say
OH.
it like how Drewski said it last night.
Huh?
Say his name like Drewski.
I didn't see it.
he's your boy now. You got boys
Oh, yeah.
all over the league. This is
Oh
crazy.
yeah.
He
He's a
went to
Buckeye.
Ohio State.
He's a product, yeah.
Yeah. D-Lo, see, that's my dog. See, you know what? I'm almost after that. I'm almost convinced
So are we not going for Henderson? He's also a Buckeye.
he is.
He
But
is also a Buckeye.
He's one of my favorite Buckeyes of all time. But he's not going to win Super Bowl MVP. For that reason, give me JS.
Hey, man. He could have a Tampa Bay game where he goes off for 150 and, some touchdowns.
Against who? Who did he do that against?
Tampa Bay.
Sorry, I had a TV dinner on the way here. Yeah, no, this is not Tampa Bay.
I'm pretty sure Tampa Bay and Seattle was a pretty close game when they played against each other.
It was. But Seattle's better now. And so they're gonna beat the Patriots in the Super Bowl.
So it's different. It's different like now compared to then. But when you want to bring up the Raiders, it's different, huh?
Okay, and listen, this is cool and all, but we're at the Super Bowl, and Maul still has not eaten this damn chip. Can we talk about that? What's going
That was from last year's Super Bowl?
here? This is from last year's Super Bowl, where Maul said the Chiefs would win, and if they didn't, he would eat this chip, and we are at the
I'm not even
Super
gonna lie.
Bowl.
For being a host of GSM, you are being an L host.
We're at the Super Bowl.
He's freezing. He's not freezing, but he's freezing.
No, he's not freezing. You can tell that the eyes are moving just fine.
I can see the candles behind him because I know he's trying to do like voodoo on my Patriots. I can see the candles flickering in the background.
Well, the black magic has worn off this year for the Chiefs, so there's no black magic.
The what magic?
The dark magic.
Okay, well. Sorry, I have monkeypox. Anyways. Never thought I'd say this, and I won't ever say this again. Go Seattle Seahawks.
Okay, are we just gonna skip over the chip?
Yeah, so were we not going to acknowledge the fact that you still haven't eaten this
What
chip?
chip? I was lagging. I couldn't hear you guys.
The one chip challenge.
I had chips earlier today.
Oh, he's 0 for 3 on, finishing.
You know what? You know what? If you're not gonna get the chip, then get the Carolina Reaper pepper and eat that one instead.
Hey, listen. This chip is like $50. I don't.
Listen, this is for a pod bet.
He bet me a light couple $2 that he would beat me 1-on-1. You want to know
How,
what the
how, are you,
score
how are
is?
you going to break the promise, Gumball?
What? Okay. If somebody, it's not like I'm refusing to eat the chip. I'll eat the chip, but it's hard. I don't have $50 to spare,
How about
bro.
we just go, we'll just go to the store. We're gonna find the hot peppers and we're gonna make our own chip. And then you gotta eat
Deal.
that one.
Deal. I'll do it.
No, because these peppers are not the peppers from the chip. All right.
Okay. I'll tell you what. We'll watch the game. We'll watch the Super Bowl on Sunday. I don't know. Kevin, are you joining us?
I will be at home with the candles lit and praying the whole time.
Oh, did you bring out the prayer rug?
I actually might borrow from Tones.
He's gonna be in a Buddha pose.
That's insane.
Oh, little. Okay.
Okay, shooter, I see you.
Oh, well, we'll keep it right here. Anyways, boys. Again, we'll be watching the Super Bowl. Yep. Oh, what else do we got here? That's gonna close out this show.
Thank God.
Yeah.
Thank God, dude.
On that note, thank you all for watching. As I always say, as I will continue to say each and every episode, if nobody else is going to tell you, I'll tell you, I love you. You matter. You have a purpose. Strive for happiness and be grateful for what you have and not for what you don't. And if
We
you
have
don't feel
a championship team. We have a team in the Super Bowl. Kev,
Tone, you're lagging.
they
Tone,
don't.
you're
My
lagging.
bad. I didn't mean to get personal.
Tone, blink twice, sniff 3 times, and fart if you're okay. Okay.
Kev, we have a team in the bowl, and guess who doesn't?
Well, for me, it's right here.
Yeah, you point to them. Unless
All right,
they
you guys happy?
want to put on these Patriots shirts I got for them, and then they can join the fun.
Are you guys happy with yourself?
I'm not having any fun with any sports. So
No.
Oh yeah. Speaking of that, before
Oh.
we leave, my Celtics came back from down 20 to beat Lowe's team again. Wow, twice this season. Wow. Kick him while he's down.
Yeah,
Well, I
I
can't
got
find a better.
I got a really bad team. I got a really bad GM.
Nah, shout
I
out
got
to
an
You know what,
electrical facility next to the
Pat
Niners
Riley,
practice
bro.
field.
Shout out Pat
shout
Riley.
out Pat for stealing.
Yeah,
LeBron's
man. Shout out Pat for being the only Eastern Conference executive to not make a trade at the deadline. Shout out Pat. You know,
for standing pat.
yeah. Shout out to him for
Well-
taking a nap through the fucking deadline.
Oh,
Sorry, kids.
Yeah,
no.
I'm gonna have to bleep that, but God,
This
dude.
is live television, David Largo.
the F bomb is family, y'all, family.
Yeah. It stands for F is for friends who do stuff together. Remember that from SpongeBob?
You is for
Yeah.
you and me.
Yeah, and I don't have any friends because Pat Riley steals all of my hopes and dreams every year.
It's okay. You still have John Lynch.
So go out, go make some friends, guys. Go make some friends because you need them.
Hello?
You need them in this
Well,
life.
D'Lo, well, I'll tell you this much. You have
A friend
Kevin.
in me.
Kevin.
You have a friend in. Oh, sorry.
Honestly, Lo, of all the times that you've been in, you do have a friend in me, Lo.
I'm the biggest hater, and yet I'm the only one who's both of their teams are currently in poverty. I'm in poverty right now.
No,
What?
no. Actually, one of my. No, the Suns aren't in poverty. The Cardinals are. Though.
Yeah. Well, both of mine are in poverty.
What do you mean
Oh.
both of yours? The 49ers are they just won the divisional round of the playoffs.
Yes, and we are the most
they're getting
injured team in the
Bosa
league
and Warner
every
back
year.
next year.
And they will go out yet again every year.
That is such a bad mindset to have, Lo. Come on, man.
Hey,
That
you
is
know
the
what?
most realistic mindset. We have been the most injured team in the league for 5 straight years.
Sometimes you got to take.
It's that practice facility, man. That practice facility over there.
Yeah, shout out to the practice facility.
Oh,
And
what
you
is
know what? Shout out to Pat Riley for being the most complacent GM for 6 straight years.
That boy.
6.
That boy.
That
D-Lo.
boy. Yeah.
You know what? Low might
You
try to
guys
show
don't
him.
know
And
pain.
Low might
Don't
be a
know
Thunder fan
pain.
now. Go and jump ship to Thunders.
No, I would be a Spurs fan before a Thunder fan.
Oh, hey,
Hey,
D-Lo,
That boy's hooping.
Hey, D-Lo, let's jump to the Spurs.
Yeah, hey, my favorite player in the NBA plays on the Spurs. So
Actually, my favorite player plays for the Suns. That'd be tough.
Who's your favorite player?
De'Aaron
Uh,
Fox.
Jason Tatum's Achilles.
Yeah, the crazy thing is he might be back before Devin Booker and Grayson Allen.
Well, great show, guys. Great show.
They didn't catch me last night. I had a sniper in the arena. Grayson tried to make a move, and I was like, pew!
Yep.
Got him.
You
They
know,
don't call you shooter for nothing.
You know,
Look, that's my dog. He's back.
you know, sometimes you just gotta take your chicken nuggets kids meal and your Danimals, and you go sit down on the couch and you turn on some Victorious, and you take your L.
Shout out Papa Dano, man. He always in the comments showing love, man. Shout out to
Yeah,
the
big
old,
shout out.
the old guy.
Yeah, and shout out to Pat Riley, dude. Big shout
Big
out to
time.
Pat Riley.
Big shout out to Jacoby Brissett, man. Big things for the Cardinals this year.
Starting quarterback for the Cardinals.
On
It
a
might be.
serious note,
I'm actually gonna go
shout
try
out
out.
to- Shout out to Kev for joining us today. I know it's been a while.
Yeah.
It's really nice to have you
I
here.
appreciate y'all, man. I appreciate y'all.
Yeah, shout out Brains, man. Shout out my dog. It's been a while. Anyway, speaking of which, okay, let's close out the show now. Let's
Yeah, my bad. I had to get my negativity out there for the viewers, and Maul can go back to positivity.
Flip, say less.
This is why I was gone. Just remember that.
Diamonds are forever.
Where you keep that in the house?
It's the tendencies are creeping back in, huh?
Do not throw him. You just threw him an alley. That's crazy. I knew he was gonna say it. Yo, I asked the man.
I'm just saying.
Okay,
I
guys. No,
I'm
it's
just saying.
Kev. Come on, it's Black
Yeah,
History
take
Month.
this
You can't do
month
that.
off,
There
bro.
you go. How you gonna say something like that in this February?
Yeah, it's February. You can't say that.
Hey, you
Come
gave
on,
me
man.
you gave me the assist.
What is it? Oh, now I'm playing basketball.
If
Now
it's
we're
a
playing
stereotype.
basketball.
If it's a stereotype.
Well, we know you ain't playing no hockey.
Or no
Let's
swimming.
close out the show.
Definitely no swimming.
Thanks for
Yep. But you know what?
thanks for watching, guys.
This was
What?
fun.
Yeah,
what
man.
did I do wrong? What did I do wrong? Where did
I actually missed this. I missed this for
Yeah.
What?
Well, that's not a topic for GSM. That's a topic for the Wave, the Whack Show. It's
Yeah,
not a GSM.
We're coming with that flavor soon for all our viewers, man.
Damn right. Little flavor, little seasoning, like D-Lo likes to call it. D-Lo, I know you lying. I seen you season that chicken, boy. You was using your hands. You nasty.
I wasn't using the hands.
That's extra flavor.
You nasty.
That's that nasty.
Flavor
No,
from what?
not
What
for
flavor?
pinching,
What flavor
though.
you getting from that? What flavor you getting from that?
No, see,
Hang on,
that's
quick-
coming out the bottle.
quick question, Lo. Do you measure it with like the spoons, or do you just
Nope.
like eyeball test it?
Straight on the chicken.
Ooh, I like
Hold
that.
on.
No trench work.
Yeah, hold on. Kevin, how do you season your food, brother?
I've seen people season it with like the measurements. I'm like, that just eyeball it.
Okay, I'm just making sure. If you one of them people who measure your seasonings, can you step into my office? You know what I mean?
Nah, I ain't gonna lie. Some people do need to measure because they be heavy-handed. Be catching, have a high blood pressure by the end of the meal.
Man, it's just like that part in Lilo and Stitch when Lilo is cooking for Stitch and they're having a romantic dinner. No, I didn't see it. I don't know, so I'm gonna move on. Anyways, it's gonna close out the show. Again, thank you all for watching. As we always say, if nobody else is gonna
Like, comment, subscribe before he gets to that part.
Thank you, sir. As this phone says, if you don't mind hitting that like button, tapping the subscribe button, following all of our social medias, TikTok, Instagram,
You're
Twitter,
muted.
Gumball Sports Machine on all platforms. Dilo, that's already that. Did you?
No, muffled is what I meant to say, not muted.
No,
Muffled.
little
You were
blocked off,
muffled.
little blocked off,
Yeah.
Little blacked off? Is that what you just said?
blocked off.
Oh, okay. Just double checking. But for my dog, my boy, the man we call Flip Say Less, aka co-host D-Lo. For my uncle, my dog, the OG, and the guy we like to call the generalizer, Triple OG Tone. And for the first time in a very long while, we got the brains of the group. We
My
got
brother
our
from another.
Yeah, no, ain't no brother. Ain't that's a brother. Ain't no brother in that.
He been in the
But
house. He lost his
that-
team.
Okay, there you go. All right. Well, and for like the man we like to call the brains of the group, we got Kev returning for his episode that he's been. It's been a while, and thank you, Kev, again for joining us once again, and for yours truly, Jamal Gumo, aka Gumball, or Mister You Know Gumo. As always, it is nice to be important, but it's much more important to be nice. We will be back Tuesday night to react to the Super Bowl and whatever NBA action is taking place. We'll see you all Tuesday, and before they get a chance, go Seahawks.
Gotta find my way to